Then the rest that you find here are miscellaneous stuff. For example, these ones are PDF documents, and this one shouldn't read 8, 9. This should read chapter 6, 7. I have to fix that a little bit. But these are pages and pages from on-campus classes that I have taught for Physics 123, and I think there was a neighborhood of like 100 pages, but they cover a lot of the homework problems, so you will see if they actually do you any good. And that's kind of what I'm saying here as well. And then there's a few other videos that I posted. I mean, there's so much on physics posted even online that I only did a little bit. Okay, then I'm going to click on exams and read carefully through these here. All practice tests, all proctored exams. Notice again, practice tests work the same as quizzes. You can access them as many times as you want. Just hit save and in between, and then only hit submit when you're really done with the practice test, and then it will be graded. All proctored exams, now those you need to make an appointment with the proctor, and let me just show you that. I'm going to go back to Phys 123, which is the announcements on the front page, and here it says that proctor site for student exams, so this is what you have to follow. And the same thing is on the syllabus. Let me just pull it up here. Let's see where I posted that. There's the proctor information again, so you find it in a couple of different places. Okay, let's get back to exams. So here on the proctored exams, then of course there you only have one attempt, and you have to finish while you're there. Then there's some information on both practice and proctored exams. So I want the problems, the results to be posted, and the more important one is the calculated formula. I'll talk about that once I get actually to a practice test, and this is how I want to have the answer in there written as the result and the unit. But as I said, I will show you that in a moment. Then for each unit you have a practice test and a proctored exam. They are really relatively similar to what you will find relatively similar, the problems to the homework problems that you have, and then the multiple choice questions are kind of thrown in there. One thing that I want to point out to you is this one here. Of course, the practice test, you just take it by yourself, so you know whatever you can use to help you will be fine. But notice on the proctored exam it actually says open book. Please point that out when you go to the proctor, that you are allowed to use your book, just not the class notes. Okay, I send in that information, but you know, usually they're on the impression from other classes that it's otherwise, but you actually have the open book. Okay, let me go to a typical practice test. I believe the first one is kind of similar to that, but let me go to Unit 3, Energy and Momentum practice test, and I access that, and you get again same kind of information here, and notice that it says here this test can be saved and resumed later. This one here simply means on multiple attempts, not allowed. That simply means you can only attempt it once, but you can resume it later. You don't have to finish it at this point. And then there's a number of multiple choice questions. Now those I took out of a multiple choice pool, and you may not have the same ones that I show you here. You have the same number, which I believe is 25. Well, that neighborhood, I guess 22. So you don't have exactly the same ones, but out of a pool, that's where they come out of. There are apparently some multiple answer questions here. So there you go. And these are the computer problems that I meant earlier. And let me just do one here to show you how this works. Okay, in the book it says that the problem is relative to the ground was gravitational potential energy of a 55 kilogram person who is at the top of the Sears Tower, height of 443 meters above the ground. That's the original problem in the book, and notice what I did to it. The text is the same, but I changed the numbers. So the mass of the person is 84 kilograms, and the height of the building is 442 meters. And then when you look in that chapter, you figure out that potential energy is mass times gravity times height. So I'm going to have 84 kilograms times 9.8 meters per second squared times 442 meters, and I come up with 363,854. That is the numerical result. However, you have to pay attention to significant figures. Once you start the class, you figure out what that means. And so I should round it to two significant figures, so 360,000. And then I have to put a unit in here, and the unit for energy is joules, capital J, and there it is. And then I can save this one here, and then I could resume it at another point. And if I actually submit it, I should get those 0.75 points. Okay. So the way these problems work is, notice that you have a number of them here, and you may not have exactly the same ones that I do, but they are a smorgasbord of the homework problems that I assigned. Some of them I actually covered in my recording, and yeah, some others might be actually new. Again, you may not have the exact same ones. And then again, the way that each of these works is that it points to the book. This is why you need actually the open book during a practice test as well as the proctored exam. And but you have given then different numbers, and that's what you have to pay attention to. Okay, as I said, and then there's like an extra credit question at the end, and this is the only time that you need that Bloomfield book in order to figure this out. I believe on the practice test you're of course able to use it, but actually on the proctored exam you're not allowed to use that. Just your Cutnell book should be open. Okay, and then I hit submit. Yeah, I didn't complete the others, and as I said, I should get 0.75 points, and in fact I do, as I got that problem correctly. Okay, next, and eventually there will be the final exam posted here as well. Next I'm going to click on lab, so notice what it will do to me. It will get me to the other lab shell, and there really is only one thing here, which is labs. Usually I don't post announcements here. I guess I have one here, but I'm sure I'll take that out. So I click on labs here, and then you get a number of them. And first of all, read through the very important guidelines. And I'm not going to go over that at this point here, but I'll let you read through it. So read through these here very carefully of what you have to do. Okay. Then I'm going to access metric system. Hold on, energy and momentum. As I said, I'm going to stick with unit 3 here. And here's a number of things posted. One of them are original lab sheets. I'll point to that in just a moment. Pre and post lab, and then lab assignment. The lab assignment is actually right here as it suggests, and this is the sheet that you need, and this is the way it looks like. Should be coming up here in a moment, hopefully. Okay, there it is. So this is how the lab sheet looks like. This is what you have to hand in, fill out and hand in. And then the pre and post lab kind of looks like a quiz. So there you go. Do this, do this, do this. That prepares you. And then there's also post lab. These post lab questions actually kind of look similar to the calculated formula problems that you saw on the practice test. And and I only put the pre and the post lab in the same one to save some space in the gradebook. That really was the only reason. And let's see, where was I? Oh, no, I clicked that away. I'll continue this in the next recording.